And now, prepare your ear holes for penetration as we bring you another great podcast from the Poop Culture Extended Universe.
I would put it on a bud. You could fit the pickles. You could fit pickles in there. And the pickles. You can fit the pickles in there. You can fit the pickles in there. Come on. Pickle chicken sandwich. Take it away, John Frickin Smith.
Welcome to the rabbit hole,
How did we end up on that rabbit hole?
where all you knew is wrong, and rules are just suggestions, made up as we go along. And who knows what you'll find here, maybe heaven or your worst fears. Whatever it may be, it's yours to keep forever.
Just in time. You've entered a rabbit hole. Please go down further. Where there's philosophy hidden within stupidity.
My nipples are sweating.
What are they doing to that chicken?
They're punching holes in it. You know, I want to teabag Hank Azaria. He can make weird noises.
You're fucking weird.
You guys are horrible.
Bunion rings? Like, I wouldn't eat those.
What the fuck? Hey.
Even if it was Paul Bunyan themed, like, you know what I mean?
Anyone-
Like flannel onion rings or something like that. You're like, yeah, I had a heart attack. Fuck you.
It's a sunshiny day.
Yeah. Fat people need love, too. Oh, hello there. Welcome back. You are just in time, and I am one of the J&T baggers. You may know me as Millie Van Nielsen. You may know me as Finding Needles. You may know me as simply DJ. But I am here. Without the guys this time. Well, come on, I already told you last week. It's not a big deal or nothing like that. They'll be back soon. We just gotta get our fucking shit right. Because all three of us sitting on a couch trying to share a microphone is a little bit teensy bit awkward, and we get pretty gay on this show as it is. We don't really need to take it much farther, do we? I mean, do we? No, I mean, really, do we? Yeah, I didn't think so. So, starting things off today, it's not really that much different, I guess. It's different and it's not different. We got a hashtag. We got a voicemail from Jared at the Hashtag Blackout podcast. And I'm gonna just go ahead and let you play it there, because it kind of gives me some jumping off points. Yeah, all right, yeah. Well, I'll come back to you in a second.
Yo, just in time podcast, man. It has been too long. This is Jared, one half of the Hashtag Blackout podcast, and first of all, I gotta say thank you for changing out the robot voice for your voicemail. Good to hear an actual voice. So that's dope. So cool on y'all. Second thing, congratulations on 2 years, man. That's pretty dope. Jay and I on the Hashtag Blackout podcast, we're close. We're close. We got a couple more months to go, and then we'll hit the 2 years. But yeah, man, congratulations to the three of y'all. I knew it was 4 of y'all at one point in time. Now it's down to the 3, you, DJ. I'm talking to DJ, but DJ, Corn, and Mr. Rookie. Congrats to the 3 of you guys for sticking it out. Y'all have a great podcast and always fun to listen to. But on top of that, congratulations. Hey, DJ, dope show. I'm listening to All Eyes On right now. And, yeah, pretty good show, I have to say. Flying solo. Good solo show, even though I could hear in your voice how sad you were that you missed your 2 homies being on the podcast with you. So, guys, get back. Make the triumvirate again. Make the trio. Make the Trinity. We want to hear you. Anyway, so, hey, speaking of the mixed thing, yeah, I'm mixed. Or, wait, hold. My kids are mixed. I'm in an interracial relationship, and yeah, as a kid, as a black guy as a kid, I did have some of my friends like that, which was which, some of them I knew which was which because I knew their parents, which was black, which was white, which was Asian, Hispanic, whatever it was. And I think there's a stereotype that black people have against their own people, sadly, where we look at the black dad and the white mom, we're like, oh, a black girl wasn't good enough for you. That's what some people would say. Or vice versa, a black girl who finds a white guy, which is a lot more rare. not as rare as a unicorn, but still, closer to a narwhal. Like, it actually exists, but it's like, I'm just joking. Anyway, no. But like, when you see a black girl and a white guy, it's like, oh dang. So sister left the brothers, and everybody's surprised, but it's like really like, dude, love is love. You know what I'm saying? Like if a white girl or a white guy, finds a black girl or a black guy, love is love. But the thing is, like, nobody really makes that connotation when you look at a Mexican girl and a white guy, or, Mexican guy and a white girl. Maybe so. Maybe that's the Latino family and culture, and maybe Corn can speak to that. But, I have heard, certain things about, the Latino culture and how they feel about their women dating outside their race, which they didn't think too highly of. I hate the beep. Okay, so second half of that voicemail, here we go. So I've heard certain things about the Latino race, Latino culture, and what they think about their people dating outside their race. Also Asians. My first girlfriend ever, beautiful Asian lady. Asian girl, I guess her name was V. And yeah, she was Vietnamese. And it was so weird because initially she was like, ooh, haven't you heard how beautiful black and Vietnamese babies, black and Asian babies are? I was like, girl, come on, chill, we young, chill. We're not even close to the baby making age. So whatever. Anyway, it was fun. It was, we dated. It was great. But all that to say, we broke up all of a sudden. And I think it was because, her daddy was like, I don't want you dating no black dude, even though she had literally dated a black dude before me for a while. So, yeah, whatever. And what about Native American? I dated a Native American girl as well one time. I don't know. I wonder if their culture feels a certain way about them dating outside of their culture. It's all weird, man. It's all weird. But you know what? What it really is love. Love is love. You can't pick necessarily who you fall in love with and who you end up with. You can pick it. Most times it works. Sometimes it doesn't. A lot of times it doesn't, sadly. But, God's going to place the person with you that you need to be with. You know what I'm saying? And if that person ain't the right person, well, hey, shoot, it might end and you have to find somebody else. But love is love. So don't be pissed at somebody if they're dating somebody that's not their race. It doesn't matter. We all skin. We all got blood. We all put on pants. We all put on T-shirts. We all put on coats, shoes, whatever. You know what I'm saying? All the same way. I don't put on dresses, but some people do put on dresses. Always one leg at a time. Some people put on two legs at a time. Who knows? It doesn't matter. Whatever the case is, love is love. Don't be mad about love. Be happy that somebody found love. You find love. Man, it's all love. Anyway, on that note, check out the Hashtag Blackout podcast when you get a chance. Much love to you guys. Happy anniversary. And we blacking out. Peace.
Well, goddamn, Jared, talk about using the actual time that you're allotted within those voicemails. My goodness. Well, first off, thank you for those voicemails, as they are much appreciated on this show, and especially right now with your boy flying solo. It's kind of nice to have at least another voice pop in there and say some shit, and give me some shit to talk about. So I'm gonna just jump right into it. We had two pretty good-sized voicemails there. First off, thanks again for the podiversary love there. Yes, we did that on purpose to start it. Black History Month. But, sorry, I'm actually really high. I just got off work. First bowl of the day after work is usually the most powerful, just because it probably gives me the most energy, too. It's like right when I should be falling asleep. The weed kind of wakes me up. I also get sativas. But, yeah. Oh, speaking of that, I didn't even put down what we smoking. I actually grabbed some Gorilla Glue. It didn't have a number next to it. Usually there's like a number 5, number 4, number something like that. Favorite is number 4, and that's been tried and repeated at a lot of different shops I've actually tried. If they have Gorilla Glue number 4, I try it out. This place, it just said Gorilla Glue. I said, fuck it, let me try it out anyway. And it's fucking dank. It's damn near an adhesive, which is why it gets the name. It's very sticky. It's the type you can break off a little nug, stick it right to the wall, walk away, come back. It's still sitting there. Yeah, you can just light it on fire right there. Don't light it on fire. I do not condone lighting nugs of weed. And don't light your walls on fire. That's fucking retarded. Sorry. But, yeah, a lot of race. Well, obviously, I got into some race talks last week. I always tend to, I can't help it. I was gonna say I'm binary. I'm biracial. I literally can't help it because everything's always fucking black and white as it is, and so am I. Yeah. But as far as I'm just gonna jump onto some of the points some of the topics he threw in on there. As far as the interracial relationships, the stigma, like the black guy dates a white girl and the black women look at him like, oh, we ain't good enough, or that actually hit pretty close to home actually on that one, because my mom apparently did go through a little bit of that from white people who were like, oh, what, there's not any good white guys, and black women actually told her like she was taking one of the good ones, as they say, which is code for he's not your typical definition. He's not your stereotypical, black guy in Rubidoo or whatever. He was it's because he wasn't fucking gang banging and all that shit. He was the nerdiest guy on the football team in high school. So he did his own calculus. He got good grades for fun. He played sports because he got good grades, not like he got good grades to play sports. It's a whole fucking weird thing. But yeah, so my mom got a lot of like, you're taking one of the last good ones and shit. And my dad got some of that fucking wood, and there's not enough no good enough black girls and shit. And it's weird actually too. Working in a restaurant, I see people come in a lot. Obviously, well, where my kitchen's not completely closed off, so I can see you straight to the front door, and you don't see many interracial couples come in. You do see you see the occasional, but for the most part, everybody is pretty, they stick with their own, as they say, which is something obviously I'm not a big fan, because if everybody stuck with their own, I would not exist. Yeah, that would make the world better, but no, you're going to deal with me. No. But yeah, there was a lot, there's not very many, you don't see a lot of interracial couples. They do exist, yes, but there is a lot more of this, the stick with your own color thing, and it's like a voluntary segregation that happens amongst us. I mean, you see it if you go into a high school that's actually got multiple races in there, not just one of those preppy white schools. When you go into an actual, like, an inner city school or something like that in high school, at least all the high schools I went to, of course there were, multiracial groups, but for the most part there was a lot of, there was the black kids were over there, the white kids were over there, the Mexicans were over there, taking up a lot bigger of a section. Of course, people did mix in and out and whatnot, but for there was a lot of that, So there was times, I'd get my lunch in high school and didn't quite know where to go, which is where a lot of my race jokes come from, is just from being that guy that's just looking over there and just like, well, these white guys, honestly, I wanted to hang out with them all. I have no like, oh, I have to pick one or the other. I always have hated those situations, whenever I've had to choose one or the other. And as far as like the Native Americans, like, well, a lot of foreigners you see, they don't want their kids really mixing around with the other races. They're more just like, no, you find one that's like us. But I think that's also because it's like, sometimes it might be rare. You might come from a country that, or you might just move to a part of this country that isn't very populated with people from where you came from, and to where it's like, no, go for a challenge. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's more just like, keep it in the family, keep it all, not in the family, that's nasty, but keep it all in one color and shit. I don't like that. Mix it all up. I want everybody to be my skin color, almost unidentifiable. Now, it's weird. We actually live right next to a Native American reservation, and those guys, for the most part, they don't really want to mix in with the other races. Not so much out of a hatred type of thing, or even so much of a like, oh, we just want to stay the same color, but a money thing. The more pure the blood, the more government money they get. So it makes more sense to stick with the same color. Now, if we had like a tax break for dating in your own race, I think there'd be Or there should be a tax break for interracial couples, actually, now that I think about it. That'd be fucking awesome. You know what? You got the balls to go out with somebody that don't look like you? You got the balls to walk through a restaurant or something and raise those eyebrows in a small town? You know what? Here's a little more on your check. Yeah, I think that should happen. Tax cuts for interracial couples. It's funny though when you mention the Mexican aspect though, when with some of them the reason that why a lot of times we don't bat an eye when we see a Mexican of either gender dating somebody of another race, it's at least in America the assumption is usually like, man, she's helping them get legal. You know, it's a citizenship thing, you know, like our president's wife history, pretty much. But that's the only political joke. I'm sorry, that won't come ever again. But yeah, that one I think that we keep telling Corin too that would have been a route for him to go, but he's like, oh no, I want to do it the straight and narrow way, fucking weenie. And we actually have another voicemail from Jared. Yeah, there's a third one that died. Yeah, and believe it or not, these came like back to back too. He was on it. He was but before I play that, I do want to say thank you to he mentioned last week's episode. I want to say thank you to everyone that's listened to that one. I've a few people have mentioned, you know, not to be so nervous and shit. But yeah, thanks for not tearing me down too hard on my solo runs. And you know the boys will be back eventually, and I'll be bullying them to fucking high heavens. I keep telling them I'm gonna make them do a show with just them two, just so they can, you know, get a little action. Now, one thing too, I want a special thank you too. I want to put to Alex from the Boondoggle podcast, because he was the first one to notice that I slipped. Well, I didn't slip. I snuck the new logo in. Yes, I know, another fucking new logo. I know. Dude, fuck you. All right, those cartoons are cheesy as shit. They've always been cheesy as shit. But we wanted to go with something a little bit. Everything we do is still going to be cheesy because we're not professionals, and we don't have the money to pay a professional, and don't really like shortchanging professionals. Like seriously, dude, John Frickin Smith, fucking awesome for that shit, for everything he's done. We're gonna be Rookie's gonna blow him one day. Yeah, I voted for Rookie to be the one to do the honorary blowing for favors. But yeah, so I had snuck the logo in. I had snuck it into just the episode. I didn't put it on. I'd only put it into the episode file. I didn't change it over or anything. But within like 2 minutes of me clicking upload, I get a message on the PCEU chat from fucking Alex talking about nice fresh new look from J&T. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I had almost forgotten that I had even put it in there and shit, because I'm so used to it just having a default picture. But I forgot that I had put it in when I did the file. I did it instead of just when I was uploading it. So it automatically had uploaded the picture with the damn song, or with the track. So yeah, I thought it would sneak in there and nobody would ever see it or mention it, and like instantly got a reaction and was like, fuck, well shit, okay, well I guess I'll be having to change them then probably this week. You'll probably see it going up with this episode. You might be listening for the first time just because you like the logo. Probably not, but you know, either way. So yeah. Before we play this other voicemail from Jared, because we do have one more. Yeah, thank you to John Frickin Smith for every fucking thing you've done. Too goddamn much. Like, seriously. Well, one day, I already said it, yeah. Rookie's gonna blow you one day. If you don't want the blowjob, get an animal or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Either way, Rookie needs to have a penis in his mouth for missing so many episodes and slacking on the goddamn Instagram and shit. Jesus. He had one job, Whitey. One fucking job. Again, too, why is that? The white guy in the group is the laziest and the least prompt, or the least punctual. God damn. And the black guy is the one working the hardest and always on time. That's right. So, yeah, head to johnfrickinsmith.com, or, look him up on iTunes, Spotify, all that shit, YouTube. and look up that album, Songs of the Great Collapse. Some great songs on there, including, the intro, Yours to Keep. So yeah, head to johnfrickinsmith.com.
Sorry. Part 3. Forgot to tell you, DJ, just because you're mixed, just like my kids are mixed, just because you're mixed, and just because my friends were mixed that I had, some of my friends were mixed that I had when I was a kid, you never lost a rung you never lost a rung of blackness. You never lost a percentage of blackness. You were always, you're black, man. You half black and you have whatever else you are. Just like Obama. Half black, half white. You know what I'm saying? You got the blood. So in my book, you're a soul brother to me. That doesn't mean that you can't embrace your white side. That doesn't mean that you can't embrace your black side. Embrace them both. It's all love. Good thing about you and what I tell my kids is this. You're a perfect mix of mommy and daddy, so you're the perfect flavor of caramel. Instead of just chocolate and vanilla, you're right in the middle. And it's all love. Anyway, man, what a sentimental, emotional couple voicemails. Blacking out. Peace.
Damn, Jared, with the very emotional kind of voicemail there, Well, thank you for that, though, too. Back to the interracial thing for a second, too. I forget, my mom swears that fucking Save the Last Dance is about her. She actually, fucking tears up a little bit every time certain parts of that movie. She's like, I went through some of that, too. I'm like, bitch, you couldn't dance. I know, but I still got the looks. I get the looks. Yeah, blonde white girl with a black guy. If you've never seen it, watch it. It's not that great, but it's funny. And because the guy was kind of like, the smart guy and the non-gangbanger, one of the good ones. That's where she identified with it. Was all they used to say that to me. You're taking one of the good ones. But yeah, Jared, I've grown up, of course, I've always gone back and forth on identity and whatnot. It's all just a fucking blender and shit. That's why I don't have, a full-on specific accent all the time. It kind of just will mesh together between a weird California brosive and a southern black, because I grew up with all of it, kind of. Not so much rednecks, but even then, I've watched enough rednecks on TV. But never actually tried to hide. The only one, I usually try not to have to be in a spot where I have to choose one or the other. I got, me and the Sasquatch got busted one time, and the cop was we were getting citations, not going to jail or nothing. But when the cop, he asked what my race was, because he couldn't tell. And what was it? I told him I was black and white, and he's like, well, you gotta pick one or the other. I'm like, well, since this is something bad, just put down white. I don't wanna tarnish the black. So I guess I get that. I can pick and choose. But also too, with the blackness scene. Well, first off, I say dude all the fucking time. So there's my white embracing right there. And hell, I always sneak in my black bits and whatnot. And plus, when I was in high school one time, I remember I was sitting in the office. I forgot what for. I'd gotten in trouble for something. Sitting in the office outside the principal's office waiting. And there was a couple black kids, they look like straight up thugs, they, you know what I mean, they were in trouble for whatever the fuck they were in trouble for. And there was this old black guy. He was a parent of one of the other kids or something like that. It was 3 black kids, and he was one of their parents, and he's giving them the whole speech of you guys need to represent the race better. You need to, you know what I mean, carry yourself fucking better, pull your fucking pants up, the whole 9 yards of the whole it did fucking stop all the bullshit, get your shit together, be an actual good citizen and shit. But because I was sitting in the vicinity, he looks over at me and he's like, you too. And I looked over at him, I'm like, I'm only half black though. He's like, your hair is nappy, you're black. So ever since then, I've actually pretty much just embraced it and shit, you know what I mean? I've always embraced it, but you know what I mean? And actually, even right now, a few months back, I think I said it on the podcast even, that I was going to grow out my afro, or I was going to at least try. I was going to let my hair grow until Black Panther came out. And I actually have. It's actually been growing. I got a little baby mini fro going. I'll post a picture on Instagram so you can see. It's kind of, not sure which fro's bigger, the one on my head or the one growing on my face. So, yeah, you be the judge. You check that out. But, yeah, thanks, Jared, for that. And hell, a famous thing I always remember is you guys commenting on Instagram, drafting me in the racial draft to the black side. Not a single white person tried to say, like, oh, come over to our side either. And that should tell you something right there, how much more accepting black people are. White people, they act like they're more accepting. And I know I've made my jokes about, like, black people, not being black enough and all that bullshit. But truth be told, a lot of white people that I've known, they're accepting until you piss them off, and then that N-word comes flying out. And yes, that one comes flying at me just as fast as it does the rest of the brothers. It's fucked up. So yeah. But yeah, no shame, no game. Thanks for the call, cousin. Yeah, you guys are fucking fan. I don't need to look it up. I'm just gonna call you guys fucking cousin. That's been like the inside joke, I guess, between the two pods.
We live in a world with too many accounts, too many passwords, and not enough time to remember which one belongs to what. Luckily, there's Valt. Valt is the visualized approach to passwords. Store all your passwords behind one truly random master password, using photos instead of words and numbers. With the ability to store your passwords across all your devices, Valt is making passwords painless. Right now, when you visit vault.io/PCEU, you'll be entered to win a $100 Visa gift card. Download Valt and enable the backup and sync feature and receive an additional 5 entries. That's VALT.io/PCEU. Valt. Make passwords painless.
Alright, thank you, John Frickin Smith, again, for the Gay for a Day song. I fucking love that song. It's so fucking funky. It actually sounds like we're about to get gay for a day right now. Alright, so, keeping with a certain theme here, well, a theme that I was supposed to keep up with before and I fell off instantly when we did episode 108 because, well, frankly, that one was it was a fucking mess. I'm not gonna even lie, it was a fucking mess. The whole fucking process, everything that could have gone wrong did. But beyond that bullshit, we are, gay for a day. Oh, Brandon T. Jackson is my gay for a day this week. The guy from, what was he on? He was on the Percy Jackson movies, the only black guy from the Percy Jackson movies. And the only black guy, and I say that loosely, on Tropic Thunder. Next to Robert Downey Jr.'s fucking parody character thing, which was hilarious, by the way. But, yeah, Brandon T. Jackson, yeah. That's my gay for a day for this week, for today. I don't have any late reviews this week. I don't watch movies all the fucking time. I should, but I don't always have time. And sometimes you gotta do some other stuff. But, yeah. So, we're gonna go ahead and bring this one to a close, though, since, we've covered some topics, we've had some fun, and because frankly, by myself, don't really need to hear me for too long. You don't really need to hear me for an hour. That's just a lot of droning and just like I don't know. You might fall asleep if you're driving or something. That's dangerous. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and bring it to a close. Head to vault.io/PCEU if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and sign up for that shit and try to get your chance at a $100 gift card. Cause who the fuck doesn't want a $100 gift card? Goddamn. Yeah. So yeah, hit that up and yeah. Thanks to all that. Thanks to you. Thanks to John Frickin Smith. Thanks to Jared for the voicemail. Be sure to check out the Hashtag Blackout podcast. Check out all the shows in the PCE universe. And yeah, that'll be it. I'll be with you next week. And yeah, thanks for joining.
What you just heard was a podcast in the Poop Culture Extended Universe. For more great podcasts, make your way to www.poopculture.com.